enough. Well, it looks like we're at some good scenery now, so I think we should address the topic I wanted to go over, which is why little engine bikes, like this 250 here, are more fun and more awesome than bigger bikes. So this is a 4-cylinder 250, not the single or the twin, like a modern CBR 250 or a Ninja 250, or even the Ninja 300. The R3. I could go on, but not really, because that's pretty much everything US gets. So the first question people would ask when it comes to 4-cylinder 250s is, why? And I think that's a stupid question, because why? This is why. Listen to that thing. Damn thing sounds sexy. Look at that tachometer. 18,000. They lied a little bit, but it almost revs that high. It sounds amazing. And isn't the whole point of getting a motorcycle to have fun? Go along with sound, you can romp on these things and not get in too much trouble. You do that on the VFR 800 up at the front. First gear tops out at 60 miles an hour. You don't have much left from there. This thing, with my re-gearing, I think it tops out first at 48 or 50. But you can go through the gears on this thing. Not on the 800. So now the problem is with these 250, the 4-cylinder 250s, people don't see the value in them because, oh, it doesn't have a big engine. Oh, why would you spend the money? Because it's fun. Wouldn't you spend more on a bike that's more fun? Right? I would. I'd buy one of these things for 10 grand if it had fuel injection. Kawasaki, I'm looking at you. Please make me happy. And don't make it 300 4-cylinder, please. Just make it 250. The problem with these was that back when they were made, they cost a lot. I'm talking over 10 grand adjusted for inflation. I think I've seen figures ranging from, I think it was in 1999 it was like $7,000 or it was $10,000. I don't know. Either way, I'd plugged it in before, and adjusted for inflation, it said about 15 grand, which is a lot. I would hope if manufacturers would make these again, they could figure out a way to make them a lot less than 15 grand, because Honda's making the CBR 650F, and that's 8,800, I think. So you could make a 250 for 10 grand, I hope. So people see that price tag and they're like, why though? You could get so much more bike for the same or even less money. And that's the thing, that's the reason why these bikes died off. Because the 600s or the 1000s didn't cost all that much more. And then you get a faster bike. But then that comes back to the original question. Why do you want a faster bike? Is it more fun? And in my opinion, no. It's not more fun. Because you get up to those faster speeds quicker, and you can't run through the gears without fearing of being arrested. And then there's also the element of, oh shit, if I go full throttle through this corner, am I gonna die? And on this thing, the answer to that is no. This thing does not have enough power to break the rear wheel loose. No, I've never broken the rear wheel loose without trying. So I could see 4-cylinder 250s being made. The price I would expect from a modern 4-cylinder 250 would be $8,000 to $10,000. Any more than that, there's going to be no one buying it. Well, I'd still buy one, but there's going to be no one. So what do we have in that price range? Say the the FC07 is already into that, well, below that budget. That's attracting a bunch of people. You can buy like a 2-year-old CBR 600 for that, or 1,000. And unfortunately, that's kind of why these bikes never really got popular, other than in Japan and Australia where there's license restrictions. This was pretty much the fastest bike you could get when you're on their learner license. That's why they got popular. And shit, even there, even with those learner license people in Australia, when they get off their learner's license, they dish these bikes like they're nothing. Fuck that. This is a keeper right here. So let's discuss some of the other things about these 4-cylinder 250s. This one has about 45 horsepower and gets about 50 mpg, maybe. Of course, depending on how you ride it. I've gotten 40 something, and I've also gotten 60. You slap an aftermarket exhaust on there and richen up the jets like I have, MPG drops. I'd estimate probably 3 or 4 MPG I lost from just doing that. Now, of course, it makes it worth it because you get to hear the thing. Squirrel! Oh! Ah! Oh, his face is like, oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, I went for that rear brake. I probably almost locked up the rear tire. I also recognized that if I ran over the squirrel, I probably wouldn't go down. I think he just hit that butterfly. Frickin' fuzzy tree rat. Alright, back on topic. So, you know, you're only getting 50 mpg with the 4-cylinder 250, and it's not all that fast. It really isn't. If you launch at 10,000 RPM, you could probably squeeze out a 5 second 0 to 60. So, you know, what's stopping you from, say, getting an SV650, like the one in front of me, which you could do under that and still get 50 mpg, and it's fast. And then goes back to my original point. This baby's more fun. I'd spend more on a 4-cylinder 250, if it was fuel injected, of course, than an SV650. Also fuel injected. It's not the engine size to me. I mean, great, you're getting a bigger engine. Woohoo. But what does that really get you? Is it more fun? Not always. Now, of course, I'm saying all this stuff like it's true. Now, this is all opinion, of course. And my opinion, which I think I share with many people, is that getting arrested or getting tickets is not fun. So I tend to ride within my legal limits. You know, I prioritize not getting tickets very highly, and I have gotten 0 tickets in my 5 years of driving / 5 years of driving. I've been motorcycling more than that, but not in the sense that I could get a ticket from it. So I think it's working out for me, and I'm going to continue that. So I tend to not break the speed limit all that much, except times when accelerating. If I were on a big bike, I'd be able to maybe top out first and go a little bit into second with how I ride. But on this thing, I can sometimes go into 4th, carry it in, keep on shooting. If you don't prioritize not getting tickets, then you may find a 600 or 1000 more fun. So you may still keep going past 1st or 2nd. But I don't really do that. That's why I like the little bikes anyways. I think they're more fun. thing I see on people's forums are, I always hear people saying, oh, but 4-cylinder 600s have no torque. How bad would a 4-cylinder 250 be then? And the answer to that is really bad. I'm full throttling it right now. It doesn't have much torque. Now, I could still get around easily. When I'm riding around the neighborhood, I'll shift at 4,000. I guess the question we need to ask is how much torque do you need? And if you have so little torque, you can just use more throttle. That's what I do. Works out for me. I still accelerate at a decent pace, and I'm shifting. When traffic allows, I'm usually shifting at about 7,000. Okay, so yes, this thing has a whopping 18 fingernail bending foot-pounds of torque at 12,000 RPM. It's not much. It is actually more, if you believe the stats, than the single-cylinder CBR 250, which I have ridden one a little bit, and that thing is a freaking tractor. So press X. It does not feel like this thing has more torque than that. So I hope I can convince some people to enjoy the little bikes more. The way we're going to convince manufacturers to keep making these little bikes are by buying the ones they're making right now and telling them to make the ones we want. There are no 4-cylinder 250s for sale right now. Brand new. I'm waiting. Kawasaki, I'm looking at you. I will buy the fuck out of a fuel injected 4-cylinder 250. Honda already made their move, their new CBR 250RR, and they decided to keep it a parallel twin. They didn't want to go any more cylinders. They went the boring route. And it's not for sale in the US, so yeah. Can't buy it anyways. Not that I would want to. Your lane, ho! Be gone, that! Alright, come on, give me some corners that I have to go down to second gear for. I'm in 6th gear right now. Come on, people. Be gone! That! Alright, we'll just go into second gear. Or first. An important distinction that if a manufacturer decides to make an inline 3 250, I'll buy the fuck out of that too. It would be a hard choice for me to decide between an inline 3 250 and a 4-cylinder 250. They're both fuel injected and don't have electrical problems. Triumph! What? I guess we'll wait and see what happens. It's the only thing I can do other than continue to enjoy my 4-cylinder 250. Torque? What's that? Oh, hello. Hello, Torque. Nice to meet you.